Hello there lovely people of YouTube. So about 2 weeks ago I forked out finally some money to buy my first ever Morphe palette. This is the Morphe palette in 35T and this is what it looks like inside. It's very lovely and taupey and nice. I've been using it for the past week and I just thought I'd do a very quick and short review on how I think this palette has gone with me. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So I've been wanting this palette for a really long time. I've seen it all over the internet and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it more than the 35O. I feel like the 35O was a little bit too orangey for me. But when I saw the 35T, I just absolutely loved it. I haven't seen a palette with these types of colors before. First of all, when I got it, two of the little pots had fallen out. The glue had unattached. And it was this one here and it was that one there. So right off the bat I had to super glue them back in. My first impression of the palette when I took it out of its packaging was that it was pretty cheap and pretty crap. I wasn't happy with the packaging whatsoever. It's so flimsy, it looks like it could just snap. It's got this really cheap plastic inlay that sort of can pick up. It looked like it was something out of the reject shop or the $2 shop. And it certainly didn't look like it was worth $36. But just the quality, the feel of it, it's really quite just cheap. And I know it's one of those palettes that is made in the same factories as a whole bunch of other palettes. I knew that what it probably cost to make was definitely not what it cost me to buy it. That being said, I did try out the eyeshadows and I have been wearing them this past week. I'm wearing them at the moment on my eyes and I do really love the colors. I think the colors are gorgeous, they're beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted in terms of a really nice autumny, earthy type palette. I think it's really good. And like I said before, I think they're colors that I haven't seen in a palette like this before. I think they probably could have done with taking away some of the golds. Because if you look at it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 types of very similar gold shades. So it would have been good to take some of those out and put in some colors that would have been nice to use on the brow bone. So it would have been nice to see some lighter colors in the palette. And it also would have been nice to see some really dark browns, some matte dark browns. So these are your darkest ones here. It would have been better to see an even darker one, like for example Urban Decay's Dark Horse, which is quite a dark brown shimmer. So that would have been good to see in this palette as well. So more ranges of lights and darks. There's a big range of just middle colors. So it would have been good to see just 1 or 2 of the other extreme sides of the spectrum. That being said, the color payoff on the palette is fantastic. They're super pigmented, they're super strong. The really foily ones is probably these two are the foiliest ones. They're a little crumbly, which obviously comes in part with the more shimmer and the more foil that you put into the eyeshadow, the more crumbly it's going to be. But what I like is that you have a different range of shimmers. So you have some that are only slightly shimmery, and then you have other ones that are middle range shimmer, and then you have ones that are super foily and super shimmery. So I really like that, and I really like the number of mattes that they've got and the shades of the mattes as well. My issue was that I didn't find them as blendable as what I would have liked. I found that once they went onto my eyes, they were quite tricky to blend out and it took a long time to work them into the crease. So they're not as blendable as what I would have liked. However, that being said, the color payoff is fantastic, which is really good. Now, my verdict, whether or not it's worth the $36 that I paid. In terms of the quality of the actual palette packaging, no. In terms of the actual quality of the eyeshadows, maybe. In terms of what you're getting in terms of a color range and in terms of color payoff, yes. Sometimes I've loved it. Sometimes I've gone, oh my god, why would I waste my money on this? But I've spent more time loving it than I have hating it, which is really good. Once you get past the fact that the packaging is pretty shoddy and not very good, it's actually a really, really nice palette to work with. It's got some really, really, really nice rose golds, deep golds, browns, burgundies, shimmers, mattes. It's got the lot except for some really light colors for your brow bone and some really, really dark colors for your outer V's if that's what you want. If you're in America and you want to get it, it is off the Morphe website and it is 50% off, so you will only be getting it for around about $23. If you're in Australia and you want to get it, I suggest getting it off the Beauty Bay website. That way you get free shipping. It is $6 more expensive, but in all honesty, to get it off the Morphe website, you're paying an extra $20 to $30 for shipping. So that is my very short and quick review of the Morphe 35T palette. Please let me know in the comments if you like any of their other products. I'm really interested in their brushes. I've heard fantastic things about their brushes, so I think that might be the next thing that I buy from Morphe. Also, if you guys could suggest to me a new eyeshadow primer, because I need to get a new one because my old one has kind of carked it. I also have a new Instagram page which is here. Ooh. So you can click on that and follow my Instagram page. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed it. Other than that, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!